Hello guys, good morning. Welcome back to another vlog. I did the exact same thing that I did last week that I didn't want to do. I really wanted to start vlogging during the actual work week, especially because I was really excited to start the kind of more like health and wellness vlog because I know a lot of you guys said you wanted to see that. And now it's Friday and I'm just starting the vlog. My weeks are so busy that I just don't have the energy or the mental space to vlog. And so it always waits until Friday. Wow, this looks crazy right now before it's blended in. Anyways, you know what? We're gonna do our best. We're gonna start the vlog today. It's not that big of a deal. You guys are still gonna love it. I feel like before we get into like health and wellness talk, maybe a couple little updates on what's been going on and how I've been doing. I feel like that seminar that I took kind of changed everything for me. I feel like you guys know this year I've really deeply struggled with my career and what I wanted to do and feeling like I had a place in my career, and I do kind of feel like this seminar kind of made everything click. I mean, I feel like even my virtual business has made everything feel like, okay, this is making sense, more things are kind of falling into place. But after taking that seminar last weekend, I feel like niching down is one of the best things that I can do in my career, because I feel like prior to this, I've had my niche was sports, so I was working with a lot of athletes, which I still plan to do. But I do feel like with that, I knew a little bit about a lot of things, whereas with this now, I feel like I know a lot about one thing. For example, my boss actually had a patient yesterday whose baby is breech, and I was able to educate her on some different things and give her some at-home things that she could do to try and encourage baby to move, and then some muscle techniques that we can work on in the clinic to try and release the tension in her pelvis. And if it's safe for her baby to go head down, that is kind of the hope. If not, then baby will stay breech and mom can deliver baby breech. There's some things that we can at least just try and see if they help. Big thing is we're not actually flipping the breech baby. That's not in the chiropractic scope of practice. That's definitely an OBGYN thing. Anyways, it just felt like, wow, I have somebody who I can immediately help, who it could super impact their pregnancy, their birth, and their postpartum experience. So anyways, at this point, I do plan to fully niche down to women's health. There's also so many more courses that I want to take. There is a perinatal certification that you can take through this company. It has all different sorts of classes so that you can support pregnant women through their pregnancy, through their postpartum experience, like all of that. And so that's definitely a big goal for me that I would love to be able to take more, continue learning, and continue being able to serve. So that's been feeling really good, because at the beginning of this year, I was considering completely leaving the profession. And truthfully, this certification was my feeling of like, oh yeah, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm putting in all of this effort and energy and time. And then literally within a week to be able to talk to a woman whose baby is breech and give her like a little bit of tips and tools and things she can do was like the most rewarding, cool feeling ever. I also started posting more about chiropractic on my Instagram again. If you guys have been following me for a really long time, I used to post only chiropractic content. And then I kind of mentioned I had a really scary situation happen in the clinic. So I actually kind of stopped posting about chiropractic and started just posting only lifestyle stuff. I've gone back to like kind of posting both things now and a little bit of a balance between the two. And I was posting a little bit about women's health yesterday on my page, and it was so wonderful how many of you guys were asking me advice on like pregnancy and just different things and postpartum, and that also feels really good because it's this feeling of like, not only can I help the people in my clinic, but I can also help the people that follow me as they go through like a big life event. So that feels super duper rewarding, because I don't want to just only post like cute little things on socials. The reason I started posting on socials was literally to help educate people and to make them feel more empowered in their bodies. So if I can do that for you guys who support me and follow me, I feel like it'll be the most rewarding thing that I ever do. I cleaned my makeup brushes this week, and I feel like I ruined this brush. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like definitely messed up. I think I messed up because I put it this way after I washed it, so the cleaner must have soaked down. That is not ideal at all. Another update is going to be about wedding planning. I haven't talked about wedding planning with you guys in a little bit, but if you remember, probably like a month ago, me and Jake had a little wedding meeting, and we were starting to plan out decor and florals and colors and all of that. We are still in the process of trying to find a florist specifically. Who is going to tell me how much florals were? I am shocked at how much people spend on their weddings for florals. I reached out to every single florist that my day of coordinator recommended. She has like a whole list on her website of like recommended vendors. So that's where we start. Like if we need an officiant, we just go there and we reach out to those officiants just to make it easy. And if she's worked with them and trust them, like we might as well just reach out. So I reached out to, I believe it was 10 florists, and the minimums, like some of the florist minimums were $10,000. $10,000 for flowers. We're kind of just like having conversation about like, what do we want to do? Because between me and you, between me and the florist, between me and everyone, we are not spending $10,000 on flowers. Even if we had $10,000, that is not where I would spend it. I would have a nice emergency fund. I would spend it on a honeymoon. I would not spend it on a florist, even if I had it. So we're trying to get creative. One of the florists that we reached out to actually has a pickup option. So instead of them coming and like fully installing the florals, you can pick them up and bring them to your venue and set them up yourself. So you're like, honestly, that might be like a really good, what's it called? Compromise. That might be a really good compromise of like, we still can have beautiful florals but not spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I also like really just ideally don't want to DIY florals because I just think that is going to be a lot of work and a lot of stress, and I don't want all of the effort and energy that I've put into planning our wedding. I really just want to enjoy the day. I feel like it's different to DIY it for like the bridal shower or even welcome dinner, but for something like the wedding, I'm just not personally interested in DIYing, so we're gonna have to get creative. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. We also, well, I guess I shouldn't say we, I've been in the process of booking hair and makeup for genuinely like 3 months. Hair and makeup has been the hardest vendor for me to book because these girls do not reply to the inquiries, which is super frustrating because the hair and makeup is so expensive. Like it is so expensive to the point where it's kind of like ridiculous how expensive it is. So I've had a really hard time getting replies, and then a lot of them also have minimums like, oh, we have to see this many girls in order for us to come. And something about me is my getting ready time is super sacred to me. I actually was going to get ready fully by myself for the wedding, but then the more I thought about it, I'm like, that's kind of the only time where I'm really gonna like have dedicated time to spend with my friends. The rest of it I'm obviously going to be spending with Jake and doing other things. And so I was like, okay, I guess I do want to get ready, but I want to keep it super, super small, which is also posed a challenge because a lot of these people have minimums. And then if you don't meet the minimum, they're like, oh, well, you can just pay the minimum and you can just like pay the extra. Okay, the cats are fighting. You can just pay for the people that like would have gotten it but aren't getting it. So anyways, that has been a task. I officially have hair and makeup booked. We have an officiant booked. We have a decor meeting. We're actually going into their showroom to see some of their different linens, which I'm really excited about because I feel like that will really help with the planning process too, to like touch them, feel them, see what colors we like in person. And then I think that can help lead like the rest. That's coming up. It's in a few weeks because obviously everybody's schedules this time of year get so busy and so crazy with the holidays. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna do my eyebrows and my eyelashes and then I'll be back. Taking a little pause and getting ready because Jake just made breakfast. We have 2 eggs over easy, right? 2 pieces of sourdough. I'm not sure that I'll be able to eat all of that. And then this is my favorite combo in the morning is kiwis and pomegranates. If you live in a cold state, you know, as it gets colder, it is harder to get fresh produce that tastes good. So pomegranates and kiwis are some of my favorite things this time of year, and Miko also loves both, so he's trying to eat them. You guys can't see that. Breakfast has been had. Here's what we're taste testing. The reason we're taste testing this is because this summer, Jake did like a whole energy drink taste test at his work. It was like a huge production. Every week they tasted all of the different energy drinks. Like it'd be red one week and it'd be all the different red ones, and it'd be like a blind taste test, and then they would rate like which one was the best. And then at the end they did like all of the best ones. This one collectively had the worst reviews ever, and people were gagging because they thought it was so bad. And I've seen other people try it and say it's like god awful. It's the Alani Nu pumpkin cream. You guys know I don't really drink energy drinks, but I really wanted to try it. So one of Jake's coworkers actually brought it so I could try it. Oh, it smells really bad.
Remind me.
I already know I hate it.
Ooh.
I think I might puke just smelling it.
Oh, okay, it's cold. It's a lot better when it's like cold. Because
Smells
we would
like-
pour them into little shot glasses and it was a little more flat.
It smells like pumpkin puree, like way too fresh. Ooh, I'm scared. Ugh, yuck. It weirdly doesn't taste like pumpkin. Ugh, it's weird though.
Imagine taking like a shot of it and it's a little
And not
numb, too.
knowing.
It was so bad. I will say it's better coming out of the can too. But
It's like
the
very
aftertaste.
cinnamony, like nutmeggy. It's like not something you would want in this. I've never seen someone say they like it. Ugh. I need like a mint or something now. Here's my mint. Werther's Original. This is like green apple. Kind of tastes like those green apple suckers, but way easier to eat.
Gimme.
Okay, I had to pause you and I needed to focus on getting ready, but I want to start talking about some of the health and wellness things. I did plan to like sit down and just like tell you guys everything, but what we're gonna do, since I didn't start vlogging until Friday, I'm gonna kind of just sporadically throughout this vlog tell you different health and wellness things that I do in my life, and then if there's anything that I missed, you can let me know and we can talk about it in future vlogs. But something that we have been doing for years in our house is Fridays are cat chore day. I know that might sound like, how does that relate at all to health and wellness? I think decision fatigue and having structure so you don't have decision fatigue is huge. If I just knew all week, like, oh, at some point I need to do that, when am I gonna do that? When am I gonna find time to do that? Like, oh, did it get done? Did it not get done? Also, the amount of spoolies Nico has in his feeder is crazy. I'm gonna try and move those so I can make sure he gets enough food. I'm gonna put these over here so that no cleaner gets on these. And then these old ones from last week will go in the sink and we'll wash those by hand. Those can't go in the dishwasher, unfortunately. And then I just use a multi-purpose spray and I spray these out, I wipe them down. But essentially knowing that every single Friday this is just what we do has been so helpful. It almost like in a way feels like it takes something off of your plate because you really just don't have to think about it. I mean, we check the litter boxes, it's like, yep, these need a deep clean, we need to fully like take the litter out, redo, our pet kit gets washed, charged, refilled, all of that. And it truthfully just makes the week that much easier because I'm not adding it on to a random day. Like, I just know. And of course, if for some reason Friday is too busy and I'm not able to do Friday, then we can just do it a different day. We can do it tomorrow. But I do think having structure like that is really helpful. Like if there's a certain day of the week that you can do specific chores or specific things. Like for example, we always do laundry on Monday and Fridays in our house. It's just days that work good for us. And what's nice about that is like, that's just the expectation, is we just know. And then there's never like, oh my gosh, we have no clean laundry. We haven't done laundry in weeks. And it just makes it that much more approachable. And then same thing with that little bit of a structure. On Friday, we take a look like at our sheets or at our duvet, at our towels, like all of the other extra laundry, because we of course always do like our cottons, our athletics, our whites, our darks, like all of that. But we also take a look like, is there anything else that we need to do? Like what's coming up? Do we need to wash the tablecloth for Thanksgiving? Like what do we need to do? So that is kind of how we structure it. Having specific days of the week where specific things get done is so nice because it almost just becomes super automatic, which I personally really, really enjoy. It's crazy the difference between these cats because Miko's feeder is always significantly dirtier than Luca's feeder. Miko's just a messier eater, I guess. These feeders have also been such a game changer for our house because they're microchip feeders. So when the cat walks up to it, it only opens for their specific microchip, which is really, really nice because Miko is way more food motivated than Luca. And when we feed them their wet food every day, we have to literally sit down here and watch them eat it because Miko will attack Luca trying to get it, and then Luca throws up because he's all stressed, and it's like a whole thing. So we have to watch Miko and make sure he doesn't touch Luca at all for his food. So the fact that they're separate feeders is really nice because Miko can't bother Luca. If Miko walks up to the feeder, it will close. Like, so nice. They were quite the investment. I want to say they're like 200, maybe 250 each. But what I will say is it's been literally since we got Miko, so like it's been 2 years now, and they're still going strong. So we love them. And I just clean them out every single week. This is always my routine. Once a week I clean them out. I wash the little bowls that go in them. We've had no issues with that. So I need to fill this up. Another little random tip that I saw recently was to keep the pet food in the pet food bag as opposed to dumping it into a plastic container because it helps it stay more fresh and not taste plasticky. So we've been doing that for the past couple of months. If only the cats could tell us if they notice a difference or not, but we've been trying to, it's like anything we can do to make their lives better, we'll do. So we'll fill up their dry food here. I try not to fill it up too full. Now they have fresh, beautiful feeders. Perfect. Then the other thing I do is I put these bowls in the dishwasher. You can probably hear the dishwasher's going right now, so they'll just go in the sink. I take a little bit of the same spray and I spray down that mat. And then I also wipe this area down too. And then this bowl will just be temporary until we wash the other ones. I can't tell if this is crooked. I don't know. It feels like it's kind of crooked, but holy, that was like a fast and furious work day. I'm actually so tired and I have a meeting in 2 hours. So I need to go home and prepare for that. And I also need to get a couple computer things done for that. But I wanted to share my next little wellness thing. So something that I always do is I plan what I'm going to have for lunch. So you'll see that because I need to make a grocery list today. So I always sit down and think about that. Somehow I completely miscalculated because Jake actually prepped my lunch for me and I ran out yesterday. So I was leaving for work, went to go grab it, I was out. So I don't love to do this, but today I didn't have time to cook a meal, and all my meals that I made this week were very chicken heavy, and I personally do not like chicken heated up unless it's my buffalo chicken dip. So this is a perfect bar, and this is a lot more substantial than a regular bar. It has 15 grams of protein, and then I also brought one of these Fairlife protein shakes. This is 30 grams of protein, so together I'm getting 45 grams of protein. I think there's quite a bit of healthy fat in this. There's a little bit of fiber, there's some carbs. Ideal? No. This is not, I can't tell you the last time I had something like this as a lunch. I'll definitely have more snacks throughout the day until dinner. I knew I had to go home for a meeting anyways, but I knew I needed something. During my last patient, I was like, oh my gosh, my stomach, I'm so hungry. So I chugged this while I was doing some, I had to do super bill for a patient. And then she also was like, what is your foundation and what is your powder? Please send that to me. So I sent her the links to that. It was such a good day. So many good patients. I actually saw a new patient today, which was really, really wonderful. And now we're gonna go home. I'm gonna prep for my meeting, but I wanted to share that I always try and plan ahead with lunches. And if I don't, then I have things like this on hand. I have a couple of these just in my fridge. You guys actually saw me buy these last week for my seminar, so I always have a couple of these in the fridge. Always have these, so it's things that I can quickly grab. I always have chopsticks on hand, I have nut mixes on hand, a lot of that kind of stuff. We are really running low on groceries, and we're gonna go grocery shopping today before I head out of town for the weekend so that we can get prepped for Thanksgiving. I want to get home so that I have a second to get things done before my meeting. As I was driving home, I realized that I completely forgot to mention the whole point of why I brought out my camera. But essentially, my work day, I had a plan for how many patients that I had, and I thought my meeting was at 4. My boss ended up adding a new patient on to the end of my day, which is when I was actually gonna go to the gym, which is all fine because I have more patients, great. But then I got done with the patient later than I thought I would. And then my meeting was sooner than I thought it was, so I didn't end up having time to work out, which is totally okay, and that is a huge thing with health and wellness. That is so important. I knew I had an opening at the end of my day, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the gym if I can, and if I can't, that's okay. And so I ended up not being able to go to the gym today, but there's always tomorrow and the next day. I am currently doing a 4-day-a-week lifting split. So I'm doing pull, push, shoulders, legs, and then I do core and cardio every day as well. And then I have been really working on increasing my steps. If you guys have been following along on Instagram, I'm trying to make movement more of a habit, because I know I've told you with my Oura Ring, I've learned I'm very black and white with movement. So I've been slowly but surely trying to increase my step count. I actually have my walking pad busted out right now because I'm gonna do a little bit of computer work while I prepare for this meeting. The thing that kind of sucks about the Oura Ring, my first official gripe, is that it does not track your steps at all when you're on a walking pad, which isn't a huge deal because part of making it a habit is not tracking every little step super meticulously and being super rigid with it. That's something I try really, really hard with health and wellness, is to not be super rigid. I'm not always perfect, but I try really hard not to be. But it does kind of suck because it's my weekly average is totally off, or my Oura will say that I didn't hit my activity goal even though I did. So if you have any tips for that, let me know. I know a lot of people were kind of misunderstanding what I was saying, but your hands are staying still, but your feet are moving. But because your route is just the same step, I feel the Oura just completely misses. I'll show you what it says today while I walk. I'm gonna set up my little like start an activity right now. So I'm currently at, let's see how many steps I'm at. It's updating. 1,550, which is also crazy because I used to think that my job was like so physically involved, which it is, but in like a very different way than steps or like burning calories. So we're gonna start the walk. I'll keep you updated on how many steps it says that I do, and then I'll show you what my walking pad says. But this has been a super incredible like lifestyle change that I've made, is just being more intentional about adding steps. I like overall feel so much better because I really struggle in the winter in Minnesota with getting steps because it's cold and it's dark and it's easy to not be as motivated. So I want to post on Instagram right now. I can do that while I'm doing steps. I can do some emails while I'm doing steps. Super easy, low effort, but like getting movement and blood flow. So anyways, that's another one.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the windows in the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart.
I just got so much work done. I got the rest of my continuing ed purchased for the year. I have to do 20 credits a year, and Webster was 13 credits, so I needed 7 more credits. 3 of them needed to be X-ray, 1 of them needed to be professional boundaries, and the rest could just be whatever. So I chose to do an autoimmune course. So I'm currently watching a little bit of the professional boundaries. I posted on Instagram and on TikTok. Oh, I guess I should have posted that also on YouTube. I'm gonna put that on my to-do list. Post on YouTube. It has now been, let's see, I have just about 5,000 steps. How long has it been? It's been 1 hour and 1 minute. So I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna end this while I have you. My meeting is in 13 minutes. It said I got 977 steps. It's like that far off, which is crazy, but it is what it is. So I just keep a little bit of a mental tally. Like, okay, in about 1 hour on the walking pad while working, I can get about 5,000 steps. I'm gonna go touch up my lips. I think the meeting is virtual. Let me see. Microsoft Teams, yes. So I'm gonna go touch up my lips, get my office together, take this meeting, and then I don't know what we're gonna get up to. I need to make a grocery list, which I'm gonna take you guys along for. Jake is feeding the cats dinner, so if you hear things in the background, that's what's going on.
Hey.
It is, Nico's trying to jump on Jake. As you guys saw from the last vlog, Nico is very prone to doing
His
He's
claws
gonna.
are out. Look at
Miko! Hey! Okay, so I want to talk you through how I do my grocery planning, grocery list making, all of that, because I have a system and it works really, really well for our house. A, it helps us be prepared. B, it helps us save money because we're planning. And C, it helps us minimize food waste, which is important. Next week is Thanksgiving. So on this list, I have all of our ingredients that we're gonna need for our turkey, the butter compote that we're gonna need, and then other things that we're in charge of, which is drinks, apps, rolls. And then I have a little household items section. So that's where I do like, we're out of baggies. So we need sandwich baggies and quart baggies. And then we need thank you cards for Thanksgiving because we have a really cute tradition where we give everybody a little thank you card. And then I have everything else broken up: milk and cheese, frozen, pantry, meat, fresh stuff, because it's easy. That's like the order that we go in the store. So I have it written out that way. And then on the very bottom, I have dinners that we're gonna be having that week, Trader Joe's and Costco, in case we need anything from those stores, because we do our shopping at Target. The way that I do this is I go into my calendar, I take a look at it, and I look at like, what is the agenda for the next week? So this weekend, I'm actually going to Duluth to see Savannah. So I won't need any food tomorrow, but Jake will. Sunday, I'll be home for dinner, so me and Jake can have something together. So we have Sunday, we need a dinner. Monday, we need a dinner. Tuesday is the Dancing with the Stars finale, and me and my mom and Jake have been watching that together, so we need a meal that we can make for everyone, so we'll need a little bit of an extra portion. Wednesday night, my friend is coming over and we're gonna do a pizza night. We need to get toppings for that because she's bringing the dough. Thursday's Thanksgiving. Friday, I'm hanging out with a friend, but I'm not sure if she's coming over or not, so I'm not gonna plan to like cook a whole dinner, because if she is, I can always get more stuff. That is how I do it. I look at my week, I be realistic, not idealistic, okay? Instead of being like, okay, there's 7 days, we're gonna need 21 meals. It's like, okay, on Thanksgiving, obviously we're gonna make Thanksgiving food. Tuesday, we need enough food for all of us. So then with that, I kind of like write out how many different meals we're gonna need. And then I kind of plug through and pick things that I know me and Jake like. Like we've been obsessed with steak bowls lately. It's like at home Chipotle because you guys know I think I'm literally Chipotle's #1 fan. I can get it fixed at home because we can make steak bowls at home, which are really, really good. So I'm gonna put that on the list again this week. We've also been loving pork katsu. It's been such a good meal for us. So I'm gonna put that on the list for this week. Something else that we do is we both like to meal prep our lunches. So the way that we do that is on Monday, typically, we will have breakfast together. Monday for lunch, I will make my meal prep for the week. So typically it would be like the buffalo dip, or this week I'm actually gonna do taco bowls. So I make that then during lunch. I have enough then for lunch on Monday, and then I also have enough for the week. And then Jake for Monday dinner will make dinner for us, and then that will be meal prep. I know that might sound like the easiest thing ever, but I'm telling you, that is the key to meal prepping, is make extra food so that you don't have to like sit down on Sunday and cook for 3 hours. Now, sometimes we do on Sunday, we make like our egg bites, we prep all of our ingredients and all of that, and that does take us a little bit of time, and it's 100% worth it. But we call it Monday meal prep and literally just get everything done on Monday so that the rest of the week feels really good. So I think on Sunday we'll do Jake's meal prep, because actually he's been liking doing meal prep on Sunday instead of Monday because he says it makes like Monday a lot easier. So I'm thinking we'll do Jake's favorite meal prep is spaghetti. And then I'm gonna do, my meal prep is gonna be taco bowls. Then what I do is I go through each individual recipe, and like for my taco bowls, I know I need beef, I need taco seasoning. I know we're out of sour cream, so I'm gonna add that. I need lettuce, and then I also need potatoes because I love to do that with potatoes. And I think that's everything for those. Okay, I think it's been like maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. This was a more involved grocery list, but we go through the cat stuff, we got all of that. We got our Thanksgiving stuff, household items, milk and cheese. We got a bunch of stuff there. We got our pantry items, we got our meat, our fresh stuff, our dinners. Dancing with the Stars night, we actually decided we're gonna get one of our local favorite places just to take something off of our plate. We have our meal prep. We have breakfast stuff. Oh, are you okay on bread? All of that to say, it is worth taking the 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes, like whatever it takes, to sit down and make a plan. And the biggest tip I can give you, look at your schedule, be realistic. Is the meal you're making on Monday night gonna have leftovers? Do you need lunches? Like, are you working in the office that week, or do you have a busy work schedule and you're not gonna be able to make lunch? Like, be so realistic with those things. If you know that you are a Chipotle fiend and you're gonna get Chipotle at least once, add that in to your plan so you don't waste money, because then your Chipotle is like covered in your grocery cost, if that makes sense. So we're gonna go to Target now. This is gonna be like a pretty involved shop. And then we're gonna get dinner probably after, right? Are we gonna get dinner or make dinner?
Someone wasn't listening to me earlier.
I was listening.
I have enough Chipotle points for free Chipotle.
Okay, in my defense, one of my patients today would not stop talking about Diet Coke and Chipotle, and I was like, I need a Diet Coke.
You know what I wish we
now.
could do?
What?
I wish we could like somehow quickly get the mozzarella sticks from Applebee's.
Oh, you mean from Chili's?
Or from Chili's. If we could get just like...
With the Chipotle?
No.
Oh,
I
just
mean,
separate.
Like, yeah.
You can.
You have to go in and order them. I guess
their Diet Coke
maybe
was
DoorDash,
so good too. Their Diet Coke was fire.
I don't know about going there, but it was really good.
Chili's,
Yeah.
the dippers. Okay, I'm kind of dreading this. I feel like we haven't gone into the grocery store in forever.
It'll probably be fun. It's going to be so busy because it's going to be Friday, the weekend before Thanksgiving.
I feel like tomorrow would be worse. That's why we're going today on our date night. We survived Target and it was relatively painless. It took us like an hour and a half though to get everything. It's sitting right behind me because we just got our Chipotle and we're starving. I just can't even believe like how quickly days go. Also, I shake my Chipotle. I think not shaking it up and mixing it up is so crazy. I did try it to see if I liked it, but I did not. We're gonna watch Alex Earl's new vlog. If you guys are watching Dancing with the Stars, which if you're not, it's so good. It's like nostalgic, even though it's happening currently, but it's so good. She posts vlogs then every week of like behind the scenes of the rehearsals and the dance, which just makes me love her even more and respect like how hard she's working even more. Oh wow.
What is that?
It's lettuce.
Ooh, you got the butt.
Yeah. definitely don't want that bite. Anyways, the vlogs are so good. I look forward to them every single week, and I saw she posted it today. So we're gonna watch that while we eat. And then, as you guys know, oh, I got 2 butts. Look. As you guys know, we've been trying to do a weekly date. We're gonna do that after we eat, but look how good this looks. Like, how do you not love Chipotle? I just don't understand. What? Mook mook? Hi, Mr. Baby. Oh, I'm so hungry and just like ready to devour this. Is this what you want to watch?
Yeah.
You're fine with it? More like you're fine with it, not you want to watch this. No, Alex needs pelvic floor physical therapy.
Making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, and that's what we do. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart. Wanna all in, rain is pouring. Wanna Christmas in my heart. Wanna let me. Wanna Christmas in my heart.
It has been a couple of days because let me be so real with you. Yesterday morning, I had a whole plan. We were gonna go to the gym. We were gonna have a whole morning, and I woke up and was feeling extremely overwhelmed with all of the things that are on my plate. And so instead of going to the gym, we had like a nice talk about just all of the things that are going on and how we can make it feel a little bit easier on me. So that was really, really nice. And then I actually went up to Duluth and spent the weekend with Savannah. And because I was feeling so overwhelmed and so just like too many things are on my plate, I decided to just go up there and not vlog. And that was so nice. I love vlogging and I love having the memories, but also like it just takes mental effort, right? To be like, oh, let me pull up the camera. Oh, let me vlog this. Oh, I want to talk about this. Oh, should I do a montage for this? Or oh, should we talk through this? Like, how long is the vlog? How long is it going to take me to edit? Like, there's just things that I'm thinking about. We had the best time. We binge watched all of the new episodes of the Kardashians, which was so fun. I brought my gel nail, just my huge container. We both did a gel manicure. We just like sat and talked. We had like super easy meals. We got coffee this morning. We did a bunch of planning for my batch trip, and I'm so freaking excited about that. I'm gonna tell you guys all about that in another vlog. I want to have like a whole wedding talk with you guys because I have so many thoughts and so many feelings about wedding stuff, which is why I felt so overwhelmed yesterday, because it's just a lot. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of energy, it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of decisions. Anyways, with that, we're gonna get back to the health and wellness focus of this vlog. And this is something I typically do right when we get home from the grocery store. Oh, do you wanna take a whole 12-pack out of those and I can hard boil them for you? So typically when we get home from the grocery store, as much as I like don't wanna do it, I always do it. I prep any of the things that need to be prepped to make the week easier. So for example, Jake takes hard-boiled eggs to work sometimes for snack, breakfast, whatever. We love to just have them on hand. So while I'm prepping everything, I do the hard-boiled eggs because so easy. So we're gonna start with that, and then I'll show you the rest of the things that we're gonna do. This little egg cooker is the best, just from Dash. I think it's like literally $10 or under. Comes with a little measuring for how much water to do. You literally just pour that in. And then on the opposite side of this, there's a little poker. So you take your eggs, and at the skinny point of the egg, you just take this, you poke it, just like that. It sounds like it's gonna just like totally smash the egg, but it won't. And then you literally just put the lid on, press go, and it goes, and then it makes a little noise when it's ready. And then what we do is we cut the top off of this and then put the eggs right back in here and then put them in the fridge to cool. And then the shells are super easy to peel off. Next order of business is I have some cheese to shred for a couple of recipes this week. I have celery to cut and prep for Thanksgiving, carrots to peel, cut for some recipes, and then also prep for Thanksgiving, green onions to prep for some recipes, and then some apples to cut up for easy snacks for me and Jake. So the reason that I do all of this is not that like during the week I can't, but one of the things I talk about most with my clients is removing resistance throughout your week. So pay attention to your week and think about, is there any way that I can remove resistance? So for example, if apples are like this in our fridge, me and Jake are so much less likely to eat them, as silly as that sounds. If it is nighttime, we're watching a show, we're watching YouTube, and we want an apple, if it is not cut up, will either of us eat it? No. If it's cut up, we grab it, we eat it, it's totally fine. So super small thing that makes it easier for us to actually eat our produce and not let it go to waste. And then same thing with like even just shredding up cheese. It might sound so dramatic, but some nights if I know that I have to shred this up, like I'd rather just not eat at home. And so just these little behaviors make the week that much easier. It eliminates food waste. It saves us money because we're not wasting food and having to eat out. And again, just makes the week that much easier. So if there's anything I can do to make my week easier, I'm gonna do it. And that's on removing the resistance for me. If you have no problem at all on a work night, like peeling up carrots and cutting it for a recipe, like you don't have to do this, but this is something that just works so well for me. And usually I'll just do this right after grocery shopping. I almost kind of like time block it in as the same thing as grocery shopping. You watch a show while you do it. That's like a big thing I recommend to my clients, is like make it enjoyable. Put on your favorite YouTube video. That way you're getting two things done at once. Watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, watch Kardashians. Make it so it's not like this miserable chore. The other thing that I might have talked about a little bit when I was doing the grocery shop is with meal prepping. A big thing we do in our house is we make meals that have extra servings. Like for example, this week I'm gonna make taco bowls for myself. And so tomorrow for lunch, I'm gonna make the meat and then I'm gonna portion it out. I can show you guys that tomorrow. Typically I don't vlog on a Monday, but I'll show you guys tomorrow. And that will just alone make my week so much easier. Jake's doing that right now. He's making spaghetti and meatballs. He loves to take that for lunch. So we'll have that for dinner tonight. And then it usually makes between like 3 and 4 leftovers, which gets you through a nice chunk of the work week. Another little like health and wellness hack is it doesn't have to be you sit down and you like meal prep all day on Sunday. It can just be your dinner on Sunday's meal prep or your dinner on Monday's meal prep. And since Jake is cooking, I might as well get this kind of stuff done.
Darling, I got you on my mind. With Christmas
26 minutes. I have my garlic prepped for my butter for my turkey, 12 cloves, my green onions, my carrot and celery for the turkey, carrots for dinner, celery for appetizers / snacks, apples, some lettuce for a Chipotle bowl at home, and Jake did the cheese. Here's dinner. Here's what Jake loves for his meal prep. We have just some spaghetti with marinara and then these meatballs. I'll link the recipe for these meatballs. I actually found the recipe on Instagram and it's so good. It uses Boursin cheese, like those little blocks. You know the cheese, it's like amazing. Caesar salad, we've been loving like a shredded up Caesar salad. A nice Diet Coke with some ice. I'm so excited for that. And then, this is super random and like a totally like doesn't really go with the vibe, but Costco's shrimp cocktail is incredible. If you have not had, highly, highly, highly recommend. Gotta squeeze the lemon on it. We actually got one of these for Thanksgiving to have as an app because it is so freaking good. Here's Jake's. You need to see his versus mine. He cooked up some mushrooms with avocado oil, garlic, some seasoning. Got that in his.
And butter. There's a decent chunk of butter in there.
Okay.
It's like a
he loves mushrooms. One thing about his family, they are obsessed with mushrooms, and Jake has a hard time believing that anybody doesn't like mushrooms because he likes them that much. Here's his salad. And then Diet Coke, no ice.
I didn't even notice
There's
Santa's on there.
Does he have a diet? Oh, he does. Usually he's holding regular Coke. Iconic. One thing about Miko is he loves to be covered up, and so he's been loving crawling in our sweatshirts. It's been his new thing lately. So he just crawled into this. I'm actually gonna get rid of these two little half zips. I had them, or I guess full zips. I had them set in a different part of my closet, and I was like, if I don't wear these, in the next couple months, I'm getting rid of them. So I'm getting rid of them, but he found them, and he is very cozy. You need to see him from the top. Usually our sweatshirts are bigger. This is like a cropped one. So his butt's just like completely hanging out. But he loves this. He'll just literally sleep in here like this. You love it. One last wellness thing I'm gonna hit you guys with, and then I'm gonna relax and do some wedding planning stuff for the rest of the night, is my supplements. So today was my last day of my supplements, and I'm gonna fill them up because I officially unlocked like a new part of my Aura ring where it's telling me more things now about my sleep and about like all my different life health things because I've had it for long enough now. But I sleep significantly better when I have magnesium. I used to be like the best ever at my supplements. I would take them every single day. I never ever missed. And then I hit this like teenage rebellion with my supplements where I would just be like, I don't care, I'm not gonna take them. And then it like compiled, and then I would never take them, and then I'd take them for like a day and then I'd fall off. So I'm officially back on. I took them every single day this week, and I can confidently say I slept better, my digestion was better, I just felt better overall. So I'm gonna fill them up. I'm actually out of quite a few supplements right now, which really sucks. But I have my multivitamin. I currently take one from Thorne. Thorne is one of my favorite supplement brands. I'm gonna tilt you down so you can see. Thorne is one of my personal favorite supplement brands. They do third-party testing. It's really high quality stuff. And I've never had any like adverse reactions from anything from Thorne. Wow, I did the perfect amount. How amazing. Then typically in the morning, I would do vitamin D and fish oil. I'm out of both of those. I guess I'll do my probiotic. This is one of my favorite probiotic brands. This is Microbiome Labs. They just make really good high quality supplements. So I do 2 of those, and I kind of switch it up. So sometimes when this runs out, I'll order just a different strain or a different brand or a different type just to make sure my gut is getting different microbes all the time. And then I have magnesium. So I take 2 types. I take magnesium glycinate. This is really good for stress, sleep, muscle recovery. So I do 2 of these every single night. I'm actually just gonna leave 2 out, and I'll take those right now. And then I also take magnesium citrate, which is really helpful for digestion. And I do 2 of those at night. Oops. And then to get even more magnesium in my diet, I also do Epsom salt baths a couple times a week as well. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So then my biggest tip for this is I'm gonna take Monday out. First, let me take my Sunday ones. So I take my Monday day, and literally what I do is I set it right here by my Smeg toaster because I will see it in the morning when I'm eating breakfast. And then I will also see it in the night after I eat dinner. And then what I do is say Monday, tomorrow when I'm done, I take this out, I put the Monday back, and then I take out the Tuesday. If these are up in my cabinet, I promise you I will not take them because I will not see them. So my biggest tip with supplements is to stack it with a habit that you already do. So I hear people say they put them with their coffee or they put them with their toothbrushing stuff. Whatever you do every single day, put it with your pet food, put it with your breakfast ingredients, put it in your lunch bag for work. Jake puts it on his desk in his office, and that really helps him because then he sees it when he gets started with his work day. So whatever you can do to link it to a habit that you're already doing is my biggest tip. And then the second they run out, immediately just fill them back up. And also, if you're gonna take supplements, please, please, please make sure you're taking high quality supplements. Hello, good morning. You never really ever see me on Mondays. I never really go to the gym on Mondays because Monday is my work from home day, and my Mondays are one of my busiest work days. I edit the vlog on Mondays, and then I also do all of my client check-ins on Mondays, and the vlog alone takes me between 6 and 8 hours, and then my client check-ins take time. But I wanted to share because I just feel like this is helpful to hear. Right now I'm currently lifting 4 days a week. I'm doing pull, push, shoulders, legs. Last week I got my pull and my push done, and then life happened and I didn't get shoulders and I didn't get legs done. I had a plan on Wednesday to do shoulders, and then it didn't happen, and then I had a plan on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it just didn't happen. And so now it's Monday, and instead of beating myself up about it, instead of getting in my head about it, I'm just gonna go lift shoulders today, and then I'll lift legs tomorrow, and it will be not a huge deal. I'm also just not super motivated with my current program. It's a program that I made for myself, and anytime I make myself a program, I'm just not as motivated because I'm like, who's gonna know if I don't do it? It's just me. Having accountability is just the nicest thing ever. And with this program, I don't currently have accountability. Luca wants his dental treats, but I'm waiting for Jake because Jake usually gives those to them. Anyways, before I go to the gym, I am going to have a little snack, and I'll show you my go-to. This is my current fixation, these chewy peanut butter and chocolate chip granola bars. These are perfect because they're super light on my stomach but give me a little bit of carbs. And then I also like to have a Chobani Greek yogurt. I like the mixed berry one that's blended. I hate when yogurt has the scary chunks in the bottom. So I'll have these before I go. I always like to eat something, especially if I'm lifting. Ideally, I would love to have a breakfast and a lunch before I lift, but I have way too much work to do today to sit and stay home for multiple hours before I go. And once I start my work, I'm not going to the gym. I'll tell myself I'm gonna go to the gym, but I don't go to the gym. I just get too engrossed in what I'm doing. So I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna go lift shoulders, and I'm actually not gonna do any cardio today because it's gonna be 50 today. It's the last day of 50 that I see on the forecast. After today, we have a day of rain, a day of snow, and then 20s. So I'm definitely gonna take advantage of this nice weather while I can and get a nice outdoor walk. Meal prep is done for the week. Let me show you what we've got. Here is everything all assembled. So we have some cut up potatoes. I tossed them with avocado oil and then some of the taco seasoning, beef with some of the exact same taco seasoning, the cheese that you saw shredded up yesterday, some lettuce, sour cream, and then tapatio, and I'm gonna mix this up and have this for my lunch today. And then here's how I portion it out for the week. So I like the potatoes separate because some days I will be working from home, and so I'll be able to heat them up in the air fryer. Otherwise, if I take it to work and heat it up, that's totally fine too, but I like it separate just in case. And then I have the beef here. And then if you wanted, you could also portion out the cheese, the lettuce, the sour cream, and the sauce. I don't think I'm gonna do that because it is Thanksgiving week, so work looks a little bit different this week than normal, but that is an option so that you have everything ready to go. And this honestly took me about 20 minutes. I have a fresh lunch today. It's perfect for my lunch break today, but I also have 3 more meals throughout the week. So whether it's for lunch for work or if I don't want to cook dinner one night, I am set and ready to go. And it really only took me 25 minutes. So super easy and convenient.